1973年天神小学校児童連続誘拐殺害事件。天神小学校ってこの学校だよね。
1973, serial kidnapping and murder at Heavenly Host Elementary. That's here, right?
その事件の記事、どっかの教室にもあったな。
There was an article about that in one of the classrooms too, I think. Dashing the hopes and prayers of their concerned parents, 3 of the kidnapped children returned home tonight in body bags. Local police gave an official statement at around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yuki Kano, 11, Ryo Yoshizawa, 8, and Tokiko Tsuji, 7, previously reported missing, were found dead in a basement room beneath the school. The circumstances behind their murders are still under investigation, and a suspect with ties to the school's teaching staff is in questioning. First responders report a shocking grisly murder scene and have expressed concerns at even allowing the families of the deceased to see their children. Significant mutilation is said to have occurred, and officials believe the sight of this may exacerbate the already delicate mental states of the bereaved. The sole survivor of this unspeakable crime is a 7-year-old Sachiko Shinozaki, who remains in shock from the experience. Her testimony may prove invaluable toward closing this case and putting this horror behind us. However, so police are anxious to question her. Meanwhile, other parents have already begun calling Heavenly Host's safety procedures into question in the wake of this tragedy. Members of the PTA have. There's a snippet from another page as well, which include photographs of the 3 victims as well as the one survivor.
この子たち、私が見た子だ。
Oh, these are the children I saw.
俺たちも見たぜ。ここで殺されて、それでたたってやがんのか。
I've seen them too. I guess they were killed here, so now they've cursed the place or something.
ひどい事件だったんだね。私、最初見た時からあの子たちが怖くて、悪い霊みたいに思ってたけど、
It's so
この子たちも
horrible.
被害者なんだ。
Okay. It's so horrible to hear what happened to them. I've been looking at them as scary evil spirits all this time, but really they're just victims themselves that are out for vengeance and are killing everybody who enters the school. Minor detail.
鈴本さん、同情心は危険よ。霊の中には生前の人格を失っているものもあるの。
Be careful, Suzumoto. Compassion can be dangerous in a place like this. It's not unheard of for a spirit to lose its sense of humanity after dying.
今のこいつらは生きている人間にとって味方じゃねえってことか。
In other words, these kids aren't necessarily going to play nice with living beings anymore.
犯人はどうなったんでしょう。
What do you think happened to the murderer?
こっちのページに記事があるよ。
Here we go. They talk about him in this one. Accused child murderer commits suicide. The 32-year-old former teacher believed to have committed the now infamous adolescent kidnappings and murders was found dead early yesterday morning. After being deemed mentally unfit to take responsibility for his actions, he was placed in intensive psychiatric care, but escaped 2 nights ago. The psychiatric ward commissioned a manhunt which culminated in the discovery of his hanged body in a room beneath Heavenly Host Elementary School. Near the site of his shocking triple homicide, the cause of death was ruled as a strangulation and is strongly believed to be self-inflicted. As this appears to be a show of remorse, previously thought beyond his mental capacity, his psychiatric ward has come under heavy fire since the discovery.
犯人も自殺かよ。救いがねえな。遺族にとっちゃ多少は気が晴れるかもしんねえけど。
Even the murderer killed himself, huh? Guess there's no happy end for anybody, though the families of the victims were probably glad to see him go.
女の子が一人助かったのがせめてもだよ。
Well, And there's that one girl who was spared too.
でも変ね。こんな大きな事件なのに、その生き残った子の家族のコメントが一つもないわ。
Isn't it kind of strange though that there's not one single comment from the survivor's family?
どの記事を見ても、あるのは殺された子たちの遺族や同級生の保護者の談話ばっかり。
Every article is full of commentary from friends and family of the deceased, but there's not a word to be found anywhere about the girl who was spared.
プライバシー保護とかで書けなかったんじゃねえの？
I'd assume that was by request to protect their privacy or something.
そうなのかな。マスコミって被害者も加害者も関係なく取材して書き立てるイメージなんだけど。
It's true. Do newspapers really care about that though? The mass media has always been chasing scoops no matter what it takes to get them or who they have to bother. Dr. Tomokichi Fukari's research records. Mesmer's, oh my god, magnetism. Correspondence with Anna Springel? Serafita? What are we reading? Maleficarum? Voynich manuscript?
心霊学者の記録に魔術結社の通信文、神秘小説の古典。小学校の備品とは思えないわ。
Records of psychic phenomena, letters to and from magic societies, classic mystery novels. Not your typical elementary school reading material.
貸し出し用の番号シールがないから、この学校の本じゃないよ。
There are no serial numbers or library cards or anything on them, though, so they're probably not the school's.
そうね。多分ここに迷い込んだ人たちの。
That's true. Maybe these were brought in by other victims who got trapped here.
本の持ち主の蔵書印が押してある。キビキ？キビキって読むのかな？
Actually, it looks like there's a name stamped on most of these. Kibiki? Is that how you read those kanji?
どれどれ？本当だ。この人も有名よ。さっき名前が出た佐榎奈穂さんの師匠と呼ばれてる作家の先生。
Wait, Kibiki? Wow, you're right. I recognize that name. You know the paranormalist Naho Senoki? Ko Kibiki is her mentor. He's a journalist.
キビキ先生もここに？どうして？
So that means Mr. Kibiki is in here too, I guess. But why? Oh. Nothing on the shelf. Numerous scraps. Numerous scraps. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know where. Nothing. Where the hell do I go? How bad's my dark? Oh, that is bad. Okay. Save? Okay. The girl's body decomposed. There's a duffel bag. Oh, damn it! Ugh. Gotta stop looking at dead bodies. Can I leave? Well, where can we fucking go? I guess leave. I don't know. Okay.
そういえば、私たちがここに来てからどれくらい時間経ったんだろう。
I wonder how much time has passed since we got here.
携帯の時計、信用してもいいのかな？
I don't know if I can trust my cell phone clock in a place like this.
確かに空間が変化するってことは 時間が変化してるとも考えられるから。
That's a good point. If space is being changed around randomly, there's no reason to believe the same thing is happening to time.
俺の腹具合から判断すると晩飯済ませて早いやつなら布団に入ってる頃かもしんねえな。
I trust my stomach though, and it's telling me that dinner time has already come and gone and now is about when good boys and girls would go to bed.
お腹空きました。
I have to admit, I am hungry.
できれば食べ物も探さなきゃね。その前にどこかでちょっと休憩しよう。
Bullshit finding food in a place like this. Maybe we should add finding food to your list, Shinozaki, but for now I think it's about time we found a nice cozy spot to sit and rest for a while.
そうしてもらえると私も助かるかも。霊障っていうほどじゃないけど、妙に体が疲れてるみたい。
I think I like that, as I'm really, really tired. Not so tired that I'm worried about getting possessed or anything, but tired enough. So, that classroom. And so the four of us headed to the safest spot we could think of, settling in for a bit to help calm our spirits and refresh our bodies. Almost immediately, both Kishinuma and Shinozaki sat down, closed their eyes, and fell fast asleep. Understandable, considering what they just experienced.
二人とも眠っちゃったみたいね。
Out like a light, both of them.
きっと疲れてるんですよ。岸沼さん、あゆみさんを助けるためにいろいろ頑張ってましたし。
They must have been exhausted. Kishinuma went through a great deal of turmoil to save Ayumi after all.
ナナちゃんも疲れたでしょ？
Are you tired too?
はい。けど、なんだか眠れなくて。
I am, but I just can't bring myself to sleep.
ナリちゃんたちが今頃どうしてるのかって考えると、今すぐ走り出したいくらいです。
My mind keeps racing, wondering what Nari and the others are doing right now. I feel like I need to be ready to run out after them at a moment's notice.
わかるよ。私もシゲ兄のことを考えると、すごく焦ってくるっていうか。
I know just where you're
今
coming
すぐ
from.
顔見たくなっちゃう。
I know just where you're coming from. I get the same way when I think of Shig. I wish I could see his face right now, you know?
あれ？ナナちゃん、その足。
Huh? Nana, what happened to your legs? I felt a chill in my stomach as soon as I saw them. They were the same bruise-like markings around Nana's slender thighs that I'd seen before. But they become darker in color. They looked pink originally, as if she just rubbed her skin up against something, but now they were a deep dark purple, the color of grapes.
大丈夫？痛くない？
Are you alright? Does it hurt?
あざならさっきからありましたけど。
Ow. Ow. I don't like this music. You mean the bruises? They've been there since before.
そうじゃなくて、なんか濃くなってるから。
Yeah, but they're darker now.
本当だ。変な色になってる。なんだろう。
Oh, you're right. What a weird color. What's happening?
内出血してたから、時間が経って変色したのかな。ごめんね。あんまり気にしない方がいいね。
It probably just changed color over time from the blood rushing to the surface. I doubt it's anything to worry about. Sorry.
でも跡が残ったら嫌だな。
I just hope it doesn't leave a scar.
ナナちゃん、美脚だもんね。
True, you do have beautiful legs after all.
そんなことないですよ。
Oh, please. No, I don't.
スタイル良くて羨ましいな。私もナナちゃんくらい身長があったら、シゲ兄と釣り合い取れるのに。
I'm jealous. You're so thin and gorgeous. If I were as tall as you, Shig and I would sure look a lot more natural together.
彼氏さんですか？
Is he your boyfriend?
そういうのじゃないんだけど、大事な人かな。
Nothing quite like that. I guess you could say he's just a really important person to me.
いつも近くにいてくれて、私のダメな部分も受け入れてくれて、私を支えてくれる人。
He always stands by me, accepts me for who I am, despite all my flaws, and always supports me in whatever I choose to do.
素敵な人なんですね。
He sounds wonderful and crazy.
私にとってはね、同じ演劇部だからってわけじゃないけど、王子様なんだよ。岸沼くんなんかに言わせると悪い魔法使いらしいけどね。
Yeah, I'm not just saying this because we're in the same drama club, but he's like some kind of a prince. Though if you ask Kishinuma, he's an evil wizard.
岸沼さんってやっぱりあゆみさんのこと。
Kishinuma has a thing for Ayumi, doesn't he?
あれ？気になる？ナナちゃんってば。
Oh, does that bother you? Are you taking an interest, perhaps?
あ、違います。そういうんじゃ全然。
No, nothing like that.
ごめん。お約束だからつい。
Sorry, I had to ask.
でも実際のとこ、岸沼くんにとっては厳しい状況なのよね。
Actually,
ライバルがいるから。
It's not even that long of a sentence. Actually, Kishinuma's got it pretty rough. He's got a rival for Shinazaki's affections.
お似合いなのに。
No, but they look so cute together.
似た者同士でもあるのよね。素直になれないところが特に。
They are a lot alike in many ways, particularly in their complete inability to be honest about how they feel.
まゆさんも森重さんの前では素直になれなかったりするんですか？
I'll bet it's a lot like you when you're with Morishige, isn't it?
だからそういう人じゃないってばもう。
Oh, come on. I already told you. It's not like that with us.
でも自分でもよくわからないな、この気持ち。しげ兄に会ったらどうしたいんだろう、私。
Though, I guess I really don't know how to classify the way I feel. I mean, when I do finally see Shig, how should I react? What do I want him to do?
岸沼くんみたいに抱きしめてほしいのかな。それとも頑張ったなって頭撫でてもらいたいのかな。
Do I want him to pull me into his arms like Kishinuma did with Shinozaki? Or do I just want him to pat me on the head and tell me I did good?
やっぱり実際会ってみないとわかんないや。
I guess I won't really know until the time comes. If it comes.
会えますよ、きっと。岸沼さんがあゆみさんに会えたみたいに。
It'll come, just like it did for Kishinuma and Ayumi.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
持田くんもゆかちゃんや中島さんと会えてるといいな。先生も篠原さんも。
I hope Machida is able to reunite with Yuka and Nakashima too, and Miss Yui and Shinohara.
みんなで帰って文化祭の時撮った写メ交換して。
We'll all meet up and go back home and properly exchange that photo we took together after the cultural festival.
私もみんなと会いたいな。
I really want to see my friends too.
ごめんね。私ってば自分の話ばっかり。
I'm so sorry. I've just been thinking about myself all this time.
私ちょっと。
I think...
その辺見てきますね。お手洗いも行きたくなっちゃったし。
Okay. This is where things are gonna go to shit, and they're gonna go to shit real fast because people are splitting up. I want to go scout around for them real quick. I have to go to the bathroom anyway.
一人で？危ないよ。
By yourself? Isn't that dangerous? Yeah.
ちょっとだけですから。
Okay. I'll only be gone for a moment.
お友達のことを思い出してじっとしていられなくなっちゃったのかな。
I guess thinking about her friends got her all worked up. She probably just couldn't sit still any longer.
鈴本。
わっ、 Kishinuma-kun.
Ah, Kishinuma, you're awake?
一緒に行ってやってくんねえか。念のためにさ。
Shouldn't you go with her just to be safe?
そうだね。岸沼くんは篠崎さん見ててあげて。
Oh god, this is gonna be terrible. I probably should. You stay here and keep an eye on Shinozaki.
すまない。なんかあったら、でけえ声で呼べよ。篠崎叩き起こして飛んでっからよ。
Thanks. I will. If anything happens, just yell real loud, okay? I'll smack Shinozaki till she's awake and the two of us will come running.
暗いから篠崎さんのろうそく一本借りるね。
Okay, the hallways are pretty dark, so I think I'm gonna borrow one of her candles.
危ねえから、小笠原見つけたらすぐ戻ってこいよ。
Just be careful. Once you find Nana, you two come right back here. You got it? I don't want to leave. This is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. The bathroom felt empty. There was no indication of Nana's presence whatsoever.
ナナちゃんと入れ違いになっちゃったのかな。
Maybe we passed one another without realizing it? Don't leave me to search this on my own. Oh my. Oh god, where is that?
ナナちゃん
Oh.
どうしたのナナちゃん
What's wrong, Nana? Oh dear. Oh dear. The sound that echoed through the hall was like that of a butcher slicing up a large chunk of meat, bone and all. And the sound was accompanied by the dimly lit figure of Nana sprawled out on the ground in front of me. Oh my. Or rather, part of Nana. Oh my god. It was really just the top half of her body, severed cleanly at the thigh. What? Her legs were completely gone. And the worst part is she was still fully alert and aware. Those bruises. This grisly sight was too much for me to handle. I became weak in the knees and fell backwards, landing on my butt. I couldn't move. How? How did she get her legs cut off? Nana was bending and contorting her back and writhing in pain as if struggling to escape the pain and the fear. I wanted to help her, but I had no idea what I could do. Nothing had ever prepared me for a situation like this. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even think. The sight of Nana's squirming body, gushing blood every which way, was burning itself into my mind. It was the most frightening thing I've ever seen. Oh god. I could sense the presence of another person in the shadows just behind Nana's torso. Who was it? The darkness was all encompassing past a certain point, giving only the vagueness notion of a human silhouette with an inky black void within an...
誰あそこ更衣室違うどこなのあそこ
Who's there? That's the locker room. No, wait, it's not. Where is this? What's back there? That door should have led into the pool locker room, but the lighting or lack of it was completely wrong. There was also an indescribably foul odor wafting from within, so powerful and revolting that I felt it could never leave my senses again. And whatever being was lurking in the shadows of that horrible room was getting closer to me, step by step. Run! 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 I still couldn't make out a single feature, but frankly, I didn't want to. Its existence alone was threatening enough. Whoever this was, I could sense his shadow posturing over itself over Nana's head as if preparing to swallow it whole. Like a crocodile. In fact, the shadow was beginning to resemble a crocodile more and more. And was this even a person? Oh my. The figure was now fully visible and was indeed a person, I think. He grabbed Nana by the head, then turned and began dragging her into that horrid room. She was clearly nearing death. As it took everything she had to scream in protest, her voice was getting weaker and weaker, her writhing less pronounced. I couldn't even imagine how painful it must be to have one's severed body slowly dragged across the floor, exposed side down. It would be bad enough just having my head held in that massive filthy grip. No, grip isn't the right word. It really was more like a bite. Leave? These were the panicked primal screams of a person's last moments on Earth. It's a sound no one should ever have to hear, much less produce. And once you hear it, it's the kind of thing you'll be hearing again for the rest of your life. Nothing can ever wipe it from your memory. It stays with you.